What's up, guys? Welcome back to I'm looking at the wrong welcome back to another episode. Today we have a special guest on. Excuse me. Won't get too deep into it because I'll let her introduce herself, but it's my good friend Jess.
Hi.
Hey. What's up?
Thanks for having me.
So for those of you listening, Jess and I guess Sam all went to the same high school, but Jess and I were in the same grade. And I was going to tell you, I remember we were in Mr. Diocampo's
Don't name drop.
I don't care. Shout out to Mr. Diocampo. He was a dope teacher.
He was.
He's a customer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, wait. I'm pretty sure he follows our podcast.
Yeah, he does. So shout out to
okay, so then shout out to Mr. D.
So I think we were in a group for a marketing.
Yeah,
and,
we did
grade.
milkshakes.
Yes, we did milkshakes. And that's when I knew I wanted to get into marketing, was like that specific group.
Oh,
also,
really?
I don't know if you remember that I worked at Nina's Oven with you for literally 2 days.
Yes,
and then I quit.
I trained you. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, anyways. I just thought
funny.
it was so funny. I literally left like after 2 days and I was like, okay, I'm like, so where's my paycheck for training? Like, yeah, training's not paid for. And I was like,
I literally texted you, like, where did you go? Are you working here?
Yeah, I'm like, no, I can't. I left. Anyways, yeah, so we have Jess on the podcast. We'll let you introduce yourself and like why basically like you're on here.
Okay, so I'm on here for my company, Mad Batter, Cupcakes and Cakes. So we basically sell cupcakes, we do custom cakes, and we do cookie sandwiches, which are actually right here.
They look so good. I just want to eat one right now.
Background on me, so I'm a Schulich grad, and I graduated from my BBA, and then started this when I was in my 4th year of school, and then been doing this ever since. And it's kind of like a one-woman show. Like, I do the marketing, I do the baking, everything. I have some help from my mom sometimes when it gets really busy, but yeah.
These guys, her cupcakes are
Okay, before we like get into like the businessy like side of what she does, bro, her cupcakes, holy fuck, I've ordered them like a couple times.
You guys are such great customers.
No, but you make them so creepy. I remember Sam ordered like a Mexican fiesta, like
I was so nervous about those. I was like freaking out, like, oh my god, these good.
And then I ordered like
those were good.
90s party theme. Like she can do any.
Really nice.
Yeah, those were so nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say she also does cakes. I ordered an engagement cake for my friend's engagement party. It was better than any Biscoff cookie cake, you guys. Like, I can't. It was better than any wedding cake I've ever tasted. So good,
God.
like good for you.
Cake sucks. Wedding cake is horrible.
Yeah,
but do you do wedding cakes?
I haven't done that. I've just done like.
I'm so surprised.
One tier.
Yeah.
To do 2 tiers, but like hopefully the time will come and then I'll do like 2-3 tiers.
I feel like you need one wedding and then it'll start to spiral, right?
Yeah.
I always want to get into some weekly update because I have a story that like happened to me today. So I'm driving Sam's car because my car needs to be serviced and it's been in my driveway. And it's like in the snow. Like I need to like dig it out very soon because it's literally buried. Anyways, buried. So I'm driving Sam's car, but you know when you're having those days where like you can't drive, just like off driving days. So I was driving Sam's car and I'm like, I cannot fuck up because if I ruin Sam's car, like she'll actually kill me. So I'm driving in like my grandfather's like area and there's nowhere to park because like the snowbanks are like up against like the side.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do like a 3-point turn, but the car gets stuck in the snowbank. So like I'm revving the engine, it's not going, and your gas tank is slowly going down, and you need an oil change as well. So I'm like, I'm gonna literally mess up her car. So I'm blocking like the intersection of like the street. And people are like beeping at me. I'm like, go around, like I'm freaking stuck. So literally like 5 Portuguese men come up to your car. Like, are you okay?
How do you know they were Portuguese?
They were speaking Portuguese together. And I'm like, I'm stuck. And they were all, it was just so funny. They're all like trying to shovel your car out with like Dollarama plates. Like they're just shoveling them out. And then 2 other people come and someone hopped in your car. He's like, do you mind? I was like, I mean, I guess. So
you let someone get in the car with you?
I wasn't in the car. I was standing
you let someone get in my car without you in my car?
I was so flustered and nervous. I was just like, there's so many people here right now. So he starts revving the engine and they're like pushing the car. And I was just standing there like, what the hell? So he tells me to get into the car and like there's about 10 men pushing your car out of the snowbank. And then I was free eventually. But anyways, I just thought that was so funny. So I'm like, only that would happen to me where literally I get stuck in a snowbank in Sam's car when she would fucking kill me.
I would have. What if someone stole my car? What would you have done?
It was stuck in a snowbank. He cannot steal your car.
Okay. Anyways,
that was
my only weekly update is that I don't know if you are into like moon stuff.
No.
Like astrology.
What?
like stones, like
that, and also like astrology and like the power of the moon.
No.
Okay, so she's like, you're fucking weird.
No.
So I performed a moon ritual, a full moon ritual on the full moon last week. I don't know why you're laughing because you did too.
I know I did, but when you said it out loud, you sound like.
So I walked down the basement with like all my things that you need for a full moon ritual. If you guys want to know what I use, hit me up and I'll tell you all the things I use. But anyway, so I walked downstairs in the basement. I'm like, Fran, do you want to do full moon ritual? She was like, oh no, that's so weird. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then she trod along in my room after, and like me and her.
Okay, you like told me to come, so I was like, yo, come.
Okay, so we were on both sides of my bed doing this full moon ritual. Long story short, I really think if you guys are ever interested in doing something like this, you do it because it feels so relieving and releasing. And when you release all these things that you were like holding back throughout the month or the last couple of weeks, the next day after you drink your moon water, it actually feels.
Is that like blessed by like
the moon?
Like Christmas night, you leave it out and Jesus blesses it?
Yeah, so you drink in the morning.
So basically you leave the water, like at the end of the ritual, you leave the water out on the windowsill for the moon to charge the water. And then you wake up the next day and you drink the water.
Cold water.
It's nice and cold. Anyways, that's my only weekly update, and I felt like it was the first time I did it.
It actually works, not gonna lie.
But it actually like worked. Maybe it was placebo, and I know we were talking about this on last episode, so that's why I just wanted to bring it up. So that's that. So we can get into it now, unless you have anything like cool or like weird that's come up this week. Encounters, weird things, weird people.
Cool or weird? No, I did have a customer that was like a fake customer though. Like she messages me and like I always try my best to like, you know, like seal the deal or like try to be like super whatever, right? Like,
professional with it.
Like, yeah, and like whatever. And she was like a robot. She had like 200 followers. I was like, hey, this looks sketchy. And her picture was like really sketchy. And she's like, are you selling these? And I was like, yeah, or these weren't available. These were like Christmas time. And then she's like, all right, what about these ones? I'm like, why the 2 flavors that are not available? I'm like, what the heck?
But isn't it weird how these bots can actually communicate like based on what your content
I know
is?
Wait, but why? Like, why?
I don't know. And then I was like, and then she was audio calling me on Mad Bad.
Oh, that's so creepy.
No,
like,
that happened to Fran, and they were trying to like raid her,
hack my phone. Yeah,
it was bad. They literally almost hacked her phone.
No, they did hack my Instagram.
Oh yeah, they did.
The hackers on Instagram. Everyone's getting hacked.
No, I know, it's actually funny.
Every time I log in, actually this week, it said no new posts for like a second, and then it like loads.
Oh my god, same. That happened to me too, and I was like, fuck, it better not be happening again, or else I'm actually gonna cry.
I know.
That's interesting. Okay, so we want to just like first get into like your business a bit. We talk a lot on the podcast about how like so many of us like in our 20s, 30s, whatever, millennials, we have like a main thing that we do, or we have a thing that we go to school for, or yada yada yada. But then we all have this like side thing that we're like really passionate about that can turn into a business or can remain as a hobby, whatever. We've had fitness coaches and models, etc., etc.
Especially during COVID, I feel like a lot of people started bringing things up that they love to do.
Yeah.
And so you said that you went to Schulich. What was your like major?
So I did business, and then I majored in marketing.
Okay, so you majored in marketing, and then like throughout your time in Schulich, I know you said you started this in 4th year. Did you think that this could, because it's a successful business, like did you think that this was going to be as successful as it is, or did you think I'm just like I like baking, I want to start something, I want to share with people? Like how did it initially start from you being a student in school looking to maybe find a job out of it to this being like a full-fledged business?
Well, it's interesting that you say that it's successful, because obviously, like, I appreciate that, and I hope that it looks like that, and it's obviously not successful. It depends. Like, I honestly, like, you see so many people blow up, and you're like, okay, why isn't that me?
Oh my god, we always say that.
We're going to talk about this on today's episode a bit, like the whole success thing. But anyway, so it's cool you mentioned that. But
yeah. So I mean, it's grown a lot. Like, this is my 2nd year doing it. Definitely like doubled in sales, like doubled in customers. I've learned a lot. I've done a lot of new products and whatnot, but it kind of started because it was COVID, and I was...
Did you start it during COVID?
Yeah, this is a COVID.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it was June 2020.
Damn. That seems like so long ago.
I know.
That's crazy.
It's not really.
It's not really... Well, I mean, it is kind of long. That's like 2 years ago, but I just feel like the days are just like flying. Okay, anyways, continue.
It's wild because I was literally... Because it's my 4th year, and... Wait. It was before that. No, I don't know. It was the summer before 4th year. So I was actually in France on an exchange doing study abroad. COVID hit in March, came home, and then I was like, I don't want to go back to work as like a waitress. I was like, I don't really know what's happening in the world, whatever. I was like, part-time job, like, do I really want that right now? I was like, no. So then I was like, I have to do something. Like, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
After school, I was like, I'm really, really bored. And then this was just like something that was really within reach, because when I was in first year of uni, I wanted to start a hoodie company.
Oh,
and, like
cute.
everyone always has that phase, but like I had designs, like I was like ready to go, but it was so expensive, and I was like, just to, like the startup
we had
cost,
that phase too.
It's like thousands, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
And this was like really easy because I liked baking. I don't love it. For me, like I kind of think of it as more of like a business, and like just like the marketing side, like I do all like the graphics and stuff, and like that's fun.
So, like, about that, were you always good at baking though? Because how could you not like baking if
and
you're
then
so good?
be like so
can we
good at
talk
it.
Let's talk about this for a sec. This is a cookie icing sandwich. What's in the inside of it?
So it's an Oreo cookie with like Oreo crumbs and white chocolate chips, and then inside is Oreo cream cheese icing, and then Oreo crumbs, and then the outside is like Oreo crumbs. And this one is the best seller. This is peanut butter.
On this one.
This one's phenomenal, and there's a Reese's cup right in the middle.
In the middle of this thing?
Yeah. It's like...
Yeah,
see, so how can you, like, it's not your favorite thing, but, like, you're so, like, good at it?
Like, we kind of want to know the thought process behind, okay, like, I like baking, I want to turn this into a business, then you did all these graphics, like, did you have a business plan? Like, for others who, like, baking seems like something that, like, a lot of people...
They do for fun.
Yeah, do for fun. So
it's also like you do it. You can do it or you can't do it. Like you can't have a mediocre business where your cookies suck, and then you're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like they have to be good, and yours like.
So what I'm trying to say is that like there's people out there who are probably great at baking, but they never thought that it can turn into something so business oriented. So how did you like switch it from okay, I like baking, like to okay, this is a full-fledged business?
I think. Like, what kind of happened was I actually bought, like, a cake decorating kit, and I've been obsessed with cakes, like, my whole life. Like, every time there's, like, my birthday or, like, someone's birthday, I'm like, okay, what cake are we getting? Like, wicked designs, I go to a party, I'm like, what's the cake? I can't wait to eat it, I can't wait to see it. Like, that's just, like, love cakes. And then I got a cake decorating kit from Amazon, and then I was like, who the hell am I going to make cakes for? Like, who is going to eat this? And then I was like, okay, if I can't, like, eat this and, like, make them all the time, like, why don't I start... like giving it to others kind of thing. And then I just made like 7 flavors, and I was like taste testing. I was trying to see like what would work, and I came up with like 7 flavors that I liked. And then I like trial and error, and then eventually I was like, you know what, like I can make this a thing. And then I was like, I just gotta buy the boxes, and like the logo was so easy, so simple. I made it on Canva, and then my friend helped me come up with the name, and I was like, okay, we're done. Like so easy. And then it just kind of happened, and then like a lot of friends were supporting it at first, and then I just been trying to grow like since then. But it's that's what's kind of like bad about not like loving baking is that like there's so much burnout because it does become
so
a chore.
much. Yeah.
I love what I do, and like honestly, like to bake sometimes I'm just like I don't want to do it, but once I finish it, I'm like they're so beautiful.
It's a masterpiece.
It's gonna make someone happy.
Yeah, you know they're gonna enjoy it. Yeah.
Like it feels pretty impactful.
No, 100%. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say so. In terms of like long-term goals, I know when you came in here you said like you had like big news, so like tell us about your long-term goals with this business and like what you like have for the future with it.
So I mean that's like when I mentioned like people blowing up, like I've seen people that are like blew up, like had their business during COVID, they blew up now, it's been like a year or so, and they have storefronts, and I'm like, okay, like want that to be me, maybe it can't be me. And that is kind of like the long-term goal is like if you know things get really really busy, maybe first like renting out a kitchen space and like every weekend like popping out a lot of orders on the weekend, and then because I still work full-time, and then eventually if it's like you know big enough I can like quit corporate, or like I mean I'm starting off kind of small, like baby steps. So the big news is that like the Sammys now 3 different Sammy flavors are going to be in store downtown.
What store?
It's called Good Behavior.
Nice, congrats.
Thanks.
That's huge.
It is huge.
That's like honestly huge. From being like someone who like just started at home to now you're like downtown in stores.
It's huge. I was like over the moon. Like I drove there last weekend and like gave them some products and like yeah, let's start next week. And I was like literally driving home.
Oh my god!
I can't stop smiling.
That's really cool. Congrats. Honestly, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask though. Sorry, I don't know if you were.
No, I'll say the name of the store.
Yes.
So it's called Good Behavior. It's
Good
ice
Behavior.
cream, and they have subs, and they sell a lot of different products. So the Oreo Sammy, peanut butter, and the cinnamon Nutella one are going to be in store.
Cinnamon Nutella.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
Nice. Okay, that's amazing. Congrats on that.
Thank you.
One more thing before like we go into like something I want to talk about, just with regards to your business. You said, and this is again something that we touch on a lot, that you still have your full-time job, right, in marketing.
No, it's in HR right now.
HR, right? Okay. and then you have this, which kind of fulfills your like marketing kind of side of your brain too a bit, with obviously with the baking.
Yeah.
How do you balance that? Like your full-time corporate job, which I'm sure takes up majority of your time realistically, with this, because that's something that I also do too, and Fran, like when she graduates, she's going to do too, right? Like we have the podcast, and we're committed to the podcast and other things in our life, but like you also have that steady income job that where you're probably trying to grow also, right? So how do you kind of balance the two?
I was gonna say something and I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was like so good. It's true though. It's like that's what I was gonna say. People underestimate how much time it takes. Like, it's not just about doing the act, like, for me, baking, for you guys, recording. It's, like, for you guys, the editing. Yeah. For me, it's, like,
behind the scenes.
Marketing, creating posts, figuring out captions. Like, it's so much. I think, honestly, because I started it in school, and then now I'm working full-time, and both times, I was, like, they're taking away from my baking. Even though it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Like, my baking is a side thing, but I was like, no, like,
this it's like your baby, like, though, too, right? Yeah.
Because it's something that you, like, when you're working for a different company, like, you obviously want to contribute your all to it, and, like, your work still represents you as a person, but this, like, you created it. You're, like, you're the founder. So, like, you really want to nurture that and see it through and give your 100%.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, one more thing. So, we talk a lot about imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm not sure if you know what it is, but it's basically essentially like you put out something or you do something and you're like, fuck, maybe I'm not good enough for this, or what are people going to think? Did you have those feelings when you first started on like Instagram, let's say, or when you started to make it a business? Did you ever like think to yourself, like, what are people going to think of this? Or like, what if people don't think I'm legit? Or like, what am I, a baker? Like, I'm not a baker. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, did you, because when we started the podcast, and we said it so many times, we were like, so scared that people are gonna be like, these girls are not podcasters, like they really just want to get like insta famous, or like they're like,
it's just not true
but like I don't know, or we were seeing people like share or like save our posts, and we're like, automatically they're talking shit, like automatically. So do you have those feelings, like when, and how did you overcome it, like if you did have those feelings?
I mean, because I wasn't like, I didn't go to pastry school, I didn't like, I don't take baking classes, like I'm self-taught, so it's kind of like literally trial and error, and like I make mistakes all the time, and I'm like, okay, like, and it goes back to like the success thing. I'm like, okay, it's not like I've like reaped all this success, but I'm just like am I like deserving of like them ordering from me? It's like, oh, are you sure about this kind of thing?
Sometimes? Yes, like you're doubting yourself.
And then even like it gets bad when like I make like dumb mistakes, and I'm like, I'm 2 years in, like have I not learned? But I was like, it is what it is. Like I'm not like, I'm still learning. Like, you know, I just watch like, videos sometimes. I look up stuff. Like it's hard to know everything, but definitely like I'm just like, should I even be doing this? Like, like I don't know how to bake technically, but I guess somehow it's somewhat natural. So it's weird.
Yeah, and you see that it's obviously working out if you're getting in stores and all these things are happening, right? So it's like, it's hard to see the bigger picture when you're like constantly in the day-to-day, you like have one fuck up or you have a setback and you're like, hey, like fuck it, like what am I even doing? But the bigger picture is you started only 2 years ago.
That's what I was just gonna say. You're like, 2 years in, like that's very short.
Literally like yesterday, like, you know what I mean? And now you're already in stores, and like you didn't have these before either. So you're right. Yeah. So you're like coming up with like new ideas, like very innovative. So I think good for you. But
also, before we move to your next topic, stay tuned because for our post, because we have a giveaway coming up where you can win with something. I'm not going to tell what, but you can win something. So stay tuned for that.
So that you guys can get to try it for yourself.
Yes.
Because it's totally worth it. But anyways, okay. So I wanted to talk about this because I saw a post about this. So I kind of wanted to just bring it up and see what you thought. And it kind of makes sense to what we were like speaking about with you right now about the whole success thing. Yeah. And it's when people, you see these posts and like just people be like, oh, let your success speak for itself, like kind of like work in silence, or I'm gonna work in silence for a year and like not tell anybody what I'm doing, and then I'm just gonna pop off and like all of that. And I like don't know how I feel about that, because that kind of means that like you're all alone in your journey, you know what I mean? When in reality that's not the case, at least like for us, like with podcasting, I guess, like first of all, we need help from people who are like experts in audio, like them, like helping us with the cameras, or like other people that we reach out to. We need to like promote on Instagram. Same with you. And like it just gets me down sometimes when I see these posts like, oh, don't tell anyone what you're doing until like you've popped off, like you said, like speak for yourself and make all this money. So I kind of want to get your guys' perspective on that, because I don't know how I feel about that kind of like narrative.
it's hard when you like look on social media because everyone has their side of things, and I'm like, how do I figure out what I think? Because I'm like, everyone's so good at like fighting for their side. Like someone's like, yeah, like work in silence, and then like when you have it all figured out, you're good. But then it's like, okay, there's no one there to like help you with feedback along the way.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean. Exactly.
And it's hard because like I do a lot of things like, you know, like I have a new product or flavor, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm tasting it. Maybe a couple of friends will taste it, but I was like, who, like, the general public is not tasting it. I don't know if it's going to be a success or not.
Yeah.
But it's like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, tell the whole world about it?
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard. Like, I don't know.
For me, I kind of get the work in silence because it's like a lot of people wish you not well. Like they don't wish you well.
Bad karma.
Yeah. So they don't wish you well.
That's the
obviously
other side
behind
of it,
your back. To your face, it's like, oh my god, congrats, love you. But behind your back, it's like, I hope you low key fail. And I really heavily believe that like when you tell somebody something that's not even in like your business relationships or like when you're dating someone or like in your career path, whatever it is, I genuinely believe when people are like projecting bad vibes or bad energy, like it's gonna fuck it up somehow, or like it's not going to go as you plan because so many people are focusing on it but in like the wrong kind of way. So I do believe, especially in relationships, I feel like you shouldn't tell everybody everything when it comes to like your personal life, because there's a lot of people who
this goes for like beyond just like career,
might not wish you well. There's so many opinions, and then it can like fuck with your head, and you're like, okay, what's the right thing to do? Or it just kind of, you know what I'm trying to say? It just breaks like what you're kind of working towards. So I kind of get both sides.
It's true, like, because sometimes when I'm doing something, I'm like, you know, I get like a million opinions. Like when I really can't figure something out, I'm like, okay, I've gone to way too many people.
Oh my god,
that's literally me.
I text, I think like all my friends about the same thing, and they all give me separate answers. I'm like, well, who's right? Like, who do I listen to?
And I like, it clouds my judgment. And
Yes.
I was like, okay, am I like, I'm not you. Like, I shouldn't worry about what they're thinking. But it's hard because like, it's hard not to listen to others, but then it's like, honestly, like I've heard so many like successful people be like, do what you think, like don't listen to anyone else. And then I'm like, you know what, there's times when like I'll like take someone's advice on like something that I do for my better, doesn't go the right way, and I'm like, I'm pissed. I'm like,
you take it on them. And,
like, it's not their fault, but like I chose to like not trust myself, basically.
It's like self-sabotage.
So it's like it's like finding the happy medium between like trusting yourself and like getting those opinions because you genuinely want help from like the others around you. Like I look at it as like leveraging, and okay, I don't want to say using people, but leveraging everyone's like capabilities, you know what I mean?
Experiences.
So like I ask like you, like, oh, what do you think about this episode? Like, do you think that, what topics do you think we should do? But then I ask her, and then like blah blah blah, and you're kind of taking a bit of everyone's like unique opinions and then like forming your own, which is easier said than done because like that's honestly really hard for me. But
I also just feel like people think of success as like materialistic all the time. Like it always has to be something materialistic. We talk about like self-development and like mental success all the time. Like it does not always have to be like how much money you're making, or, you know, obviously it's good for your business to progress, but that's not always what it's about. And social media literally skews that. Like get up, we always say, get up at 7 a.m. and work your ass off and work out, and like she's like, fine. No, but it's like so true. And like when I don't do it, I'm like, I wasn't successful today. But maybe
I'm like, I didn't do enough. Like,
no, but maybe you were successful in a different aspect of your life. Maybe you were successful in the fact that like you had no negative thoughts, or like you were meditating, or
it's the little things to celebrate, like that no one even will understand besides you.
But no one will celebrate them because it's not like a big achievement, you know what I mean? But I think we also have to take in like consideration that's what success is.
Yeah, for sure.
What do your guys is like, if you could say like one definition of what success means to you, what would it be? Putting me on the spot.
Birds chirp. The grasshoppers. No, I was saying we should put that thing. I don't know which one.
No, it's gonna be so loud.
That's hard.
Okay,
what's yours?
I think
you don't even know. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, no, fuck. I was hoping you guys would answer first, so I had time to think about it. I think my definition of success, like, okay, if I'm being honest with myself, a lot of the time I think it's like money. Like, I hate to say it, but like a lot of the time, like that's like the clouded thought I have. Like, to be successful means that you have money. You don't need to really worry about anything because you have the money. You can help whoever you want to help, and like you don't have that stress. You know what I mean? The whole like money buys happiness thing.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, I know that feeling of success is also when I wake up and I'm not anxious. And I know that sounds weird, but if I wake up one day, like if I wake up one day, like today I woke up and I felt so anxious and I was like, hey, this shit, like this is shitty. Tomorrow, like maybe I'll wake up and I won't feel anxious because like I meditated or like I did something for myself, and I'll be like, okay, that's a success.
Yeah.
So like there's two sides of the spectrum if I'm being honest with myself.
I think mine would be kind of like yours, but just like positive thinking. Like my ideal success, just to be positive, like not being down on myself, not being hard on myself, not having a low self-esteem or like projecting bad or negative energy to others and like taking that onto myself, just being positive. And if money comes with that, then like great, obviously. Like we all want money. Like at the end of the day, that's, you know, it's money, but like I don't think that should be all of it. Like I think just being positive and like really owning who you are and then projecting that on other people, like you said, good like karma comes around, whether it's bad or good. I'd rather have good karma, right? So
this is interesting because your guys' definition of success is like on the day-to-day. I took it as like long-term, I guess.
Okay, what's your long-term?
However you think about it.
I think it's interesting though. I don't know about the day-to-day, like for sure, like I guess not stressing about stuff, but I think like success would be like getting to the point. I think in the future it would be like when I check off things, like I have a family, I have kids.
Oh yeah.
And like a business potentially that's like doing great.
Yeah.
And that's like when everything's like aligned with what I wanted. Kind of just like what I want for my future self. And when I like reach those things, that's like I'm successful.
I have a question.
Before I
okay.
Take off.
No, I have a question. I just personally want to answer it. It wasn't on the outline, so I don't know. But like, do you have like a timeline of when you want to get married, when you want to have kids, when? Because me and Sam always talk about that. We're like,
timeline's not gonna work out. I already know.
No, personally, we get stressed. We get stressed thinking about it. But like, I personally have. When I was like 13, I was like at 25 and getting married.
Yeah, but then like you're 25 and you're like, wait,
I know.
I'm still turning.
We're like turning 23 around the corner. I'm like, that's 2 years away. I don't have a full-time job yet. I'm a postgraduate student. Like, I don't even have a boyfriend who am I getting married to, my fucking imaginary friend. Like, so
my kids, I'm always like, find someone first. I'm like, okay.
But it's hard because, are you Italian? I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay, so my nino was always like, where's your boyfriend? Like, where's your boyfriend? I'm like, no, because before I get married, my big thing is like, I want to get married, so my nino, my other nina is there. Like, it's a huge part of my life, but realistically, like, I can't like make a fucking figure of a boyfriend, right?
If you're lucky, Sam will get that. My cousin got
No,
it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, none of us are married yet. So
like, you mean with all your grandparents there?
Just so like my mom's side, so my dad's side is Ukrainian.
Okay.
So, but 3 out of 4 are gone now.
So yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's like pressure too, because it's like I want them to be there, but like I do not. Anyways, so when I was 13, it was 25, and now I'm pushing it 28. Okay, maybe 31 or like 32, like depending how things
but listen,
go.
like nowadays, like people like do all this like family stuff like way later because everyone's so focused on career and there's so many things you can do now in life.
Not only that, but like not even just career-wise, like I don't want to say I'm picky, but like I do have standards and boundaries,
it's
and like
out there.
Yeah, it is rough out there. Like shit, man.
Are you guys on dating apps?
Yes. I used to never admit it. Now I'm like, everyone has it.
I met my ex-boyfriend on a dating app. After that, I never like.
How'd that work out?
Okay, everyone always says that, but didn't not work out because I met him on a dating app.
No. I didn't mean it in a sarcastic way. I actually meant like, how did it work?
How did it start?
Like. Okay, this is so off topic. This
is fine. I kind of like it.
I feel like this is gonna come up. I just had a feeling.
Okay, wait. Do you? Like, I'm actually curious because obviously I'm not on dating apps, but do you ever message the guys first? Like, how does it?
Well, you have to. If you have Bumble, you have to.
So, you on Bumble?
Annoying, yeah.
I feel like that's the best way to go. Like, you just set, like, you are in control.
The worst is when, like, I'll, like, delete it, and I'm like, forget it, and then I'll, like, get it again.
And I'm
like, it's the same, but the gang's all here.
The roster's back on the bench.
Okay, have you ever had, like, a horrible date from a dating app?
Yeah.
Do you care to share?
I don't know if I've had... What?
We're like, tell us.
So many. One of them that was weird was, like, we went to Starbucks, it was chill. He kind of catfished me. Not really.
He wasn't cute?
He wasn't as cute as he made it out to be, and he just, like, he looked different. He just looked a bit different. I was like, okay, like...
Whatever, I'll let it slide.
And maybe he had some sepia filter on, like...
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, and then, like, we went and it was fine, but I was like, yeah, not the right vibes, and then we're just like, you know, where else are you gonna go besides the car? We're just talking in the car for a bit, and he put his hand on my leg, and was, like, massaging my leg.
I would have laughed.
Like, my brother does, like, random stuff, he, like, hit my leg and do random stuff, and I'm like, okay, like, this guy was, like, massaging and, like, slapping. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why are you touching me?
What did you say?
I didn't say anything because I was like, and And then I just ended up like never. I just ghosted him. I was like, bro. He's like,
There's
"You can come
probably
visit me,
so
like,
much
far away." I'm
ghosting.
like, no.
Yeah.
He was what?
He lives somewhere far. He's like, "You gonna come visit me?" I'm like, no.
Definitely not.
Definitely fucking
Definitely not.
That's funny.
So much ghosting. Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, we got so off topic there.
I had a question about dating apps too. I forgot now. Oh, no, it's a quick fire question. So I'll save it for quick fire.
Okay. I want to sum up about this whole like success thing.
Okay, yeah. So
I want to declare something. I think that I wrote it down. That like you said that like you'll declare yourself successful once you're like married and like you hit all these things, but then at that point you're gonna have like a new definition, you know. So it's like, why like do we always like chase this success feeling?
Yeah,
you know,
it's horrible.
It's like that's like me, like with the whole like I want this amount of money. I'm not successful until I make $1 million or whatever the amount is.
Well, you always want the next best thing, right?
But I think that we can declare ourselves successful at the end of every day.
I think you can. Even like for example, like it depends on like. I guess like people are different. Like my brother, like my family's always like, oh, like, are you making enough? And like, oh, you spend so much, but like, what's the profit? And I was like,
But-
honestly, for me, that's not what this is about.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I want to make money because I put in a lot of labor.
No, yeah.
But I was like, it's not even that like a little like successful thing like this, like getting it in store. I'm like that. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I'm over the moon.
It's
Yeah.
it's the small
But
things that
that's-
lead up to it.
That's what I mean. I think being like, you know what, today was a success. I made, I don't know, 10 Sammys and like people are happy. Like that's a successful day. Like
Today was success too. Like she's on a podcast. That's
Yeah.
success. That's like a
we get
new
to
goal.
eat
Yeah.
some delicious Sammys.
Sammys.
So I'm down. That's like you declaring ourselves successful.
Yeah.
So that's just what I want to
Ooh,
say.
my
about
phone's
that.
at 1 and all the quickfire questions are on here. My phone's
You brought
always
your
on.
phone out of the house for that 1%.
All the time.
Okay, friends
Oh,
does
all
that
the
every
time.
Sam was saying
week.
it's
It's like
you.
below 50. I'm like freaking
Sam
out.
was saying it to you really quickly. I leave, like, my phone is never charged, and I annoy everybody for a charge.
It's
I'm like
so
that
fucking
friend.
annoying.
I'm like,
wireless charger.
no, I should probably get that.
No, she's actually so bad I can't. She literally, like, and then she breaks chargers, like, all the time.
Okay, because I buy them, like, shoppers with my...
Okay, send them.
I did. You get them?
No.
I'm so nervous for this right now.
No, I'm actually...
Oh my
okay, I
God.
sent. I fully sent.
Really? Because I didn't get it. Brianna.
It's sent, Sam. Oh my God, sending. Why is it going so... I died.
Charger? Anyone?
Okay, it's okay. She remembers them. Go. Quick.
don't
We're
think I
going to do a
remember
little
them.
quick fire round.
Okay, I remember one. Okay. I remember some of them. First one would be, what is your deal breaker in a relationship? Name me like 3. We'll all go. Or like if you're on a dating app scrolling, you see this, you're like, fucking no.
This is hard. I feel like I'm so open. Maybe too open. But I don't know. Like height is a thing for me.
Okay.
So they need to be like above what? Like 6 foot?
5.
Oh.
But you're pretty tall
11.
too, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5.
Or like,
6
how
and
tall
a
are you?
half.
6 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay. So they need to be like above 5'11". Okay.
Yeah. I
Makes
prefer
sense.
taller, but you know.
Okay.
Deal breakers. I don't know. For some reason, I'm always like, oh, you do that? Weird, but okay.
But
Like,
you're
I'm
fine
not
with
good
it?
Like I'm not, but I'm like, it's okay.
Okay, so
Here's a light
you're
side.
chill. No, that's sick.
But it's not good because then like then I'm too accepting of things that I shouldn't be.
It's literally me.
So I'm like,
Just because I'm like, oh, I see a potential with you, so like, I'm just gonna kind of like
I'm
ignore
I'll give
it.
you, like, the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but then it comes
I'll
up
find
after,
out.
and you're like, yeah, fuck no.
Yeah. So I don't know.
What's yours?
Um.
Like in a relationship, like so.
Okay, so I can still say deal breaker. Obviously, like infidelity is a deal breaker,
Oh,
but like that's
yeah.
is that obvious?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's different for me, I guess, because like I'm not like sussing out options, but that would obviously be a deal breaker. Also, like smelliness, like just like
I love
and
the
Rome like
smell.
smells great, so it's fine. But
No,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, like just weird.
Like a deal or not a deal, like a red flag is like if you know people that have like been with them and like you know too many people.
Oh,
And you're like,
that
oh,
recently
you've
came
been with
up.
all these people. I'm like, no.
Yes, okay, I get that to a certain extent because if it's like you were with them in like grade, I don't know,
Yeah.
years
High
ago,
school.
cool,
Yeah.
fine, we get it. We all live in a small town, like shit
Yeah.
happens. But if you're with them in like the span of like the year since I was talking to you, it's like where are your values? Like
Yeah.
what you know what I'm trying to say? Like where have you been? Like where are you?
Yeah.
I think mine would be huge one deal breaker is just like a flirt. Like especially if I'm with that person or like I'm just starting to talk to them and like let's just say like we go out and they're just like flirting with
That's
girls.
annoying.
That's so rude.
Especially if it's like in front
annoying.
or like they're just a natural flirt, but it's kind of just like
That's such an
contain
excuse.
yourself.
I'm a natural flirt.
No, or like oh I didn't know they're flirting with like you.
Like stop talking.
Or they use their like their signs, their astrological signs. Like I'm a whatever fucking
Oh, yeah.
Pisces, so I'm like flirty or whatever.
Yeah, like no, you're not. You're just a dick.
I don't know like deal breakers but like once I meet someone, I'm like when I see things, I'm like
don't like it.
No. I'm like okay.
Yeah. Okay, and I remember another one. What's your most like toxic trait about yourself in a relationship?
Ooh, holding yourself accountable.
I don't know if I think when it comes to guys, I think it's like either like it's like I usually want someone who doesn't want me.
Okay, so you like the chase.
I don't want the chase. I want
she likes someone who
but like
she likes someone who doesn't like her. She wants the people who don't want her, but then you would like the chase because you're chasing someone
that you don't have.
But it gives me anxiety. Like I don't like it, but it's almost like those guys that make it too easy. I'm just like, okay, like
is it like kind of like some sort of like need for like them to?
It's like an ego thing. Like I want you to like me.
Like I don't know what it is. Like it's just
I kind of get that though too.
It's just like it seems like it's always a circumstance.
And yeah, like if it's too easy or someone's like too nice, you're like okay, no, like,
yeah.
It's not even like about a chase, but I guess it's like there's some sort of mystery where it's like obviously I want them to want me, but it's like that kind of like I don't know, like that like flirtation, that like mystery.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. Like, also, I feel like okay, one of mine is that I get very codependent sometimes.
Yeah.
Where like it's like if you give me a vibe where like maybe one day they're tired or like they're just not down. I'm like this guy hates me.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like,
are you okay?
Yeah, no. And then I'm
I swear to God.
Yes, and then I'm clingy or like I'll always try to validate myself over text, and then. I get attached to like texting or like communication, and I'm oh my god, I'm just gonna say what you totally said not to say. I'm a Gemini, so I like to communicate. You're like, but like whatever, I like communication.
Just say I'm Francesca and I like to communicate.
I'm Fran and I like to communicate. So like when I should say like we're not texting or we're not talking, I automatically assume like
when you like someone, you're like and you think and they like you back. It's like why wouldn't they like reciprocate that kind of thing? But
I've been learning though that like. Not texting could be a good thing because first of all, absence makes the heart grow fonder. So like you need time to like be like, hey, I need to talk to you every day.
Depending on what phase you're at. Like if it's the beginning,
you like to talk every day,
and they're like, I don't know. I feel like in our dating age, you have to.
No, I'm like the exact same.
You can't start talking because like everyone's so busy with their lives. You can't start talking and then like go like a week without seeing each other or talking to each other. It's like okay, like it dies out at that point.
Do you guys think that there's a time frame between when you should start talking and dating / do you think there's a time frame between like how many times you should hang out like in a week or in 2 weeks? Like if you go on your first date and then you're like, okay, when the hell should I ask them or when they should they ask me to hang out again? Do you think twice in a week's too much? Do you think like
this is so interesting? This is just what happened to me. It happened to me. I hope it doesn't. Oh my god.
I'm embarrassed.
No. It depends. Because I think it depends on circumstances and the people. Like, but it depends. Okay, yeah. So, like for sure once a week, especially in the beginning. But if you like them, you want to see them more. But it's like if you have things going on, it's like it's okay to like some absence is.
But
good.
Also, sorry to interrupt you. I know he said like once a week, but then there's this thing where like on TikTok and Instagram, it's like you have to remain mysterious. Okay. And not always.
I don't want to play games.
I know.
Don't play games and do not listen to 17-year-olds on TikTok and Instagram.
It's not. The funny thing is, it's like 40-year-old relationship coaches saying like, if you want men to love you, make them chase you. And I'm kind of like, dude, I'm 20 years old.
No.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Yeah, like I have school, work, this, that.
Like we're old. Like 20s, people like would say to me, you're 23. Like go
you're so young.
Play the field. And I'm like, I don't want to play the field.
It's the worst.
No, but because if you don't want to, you don't want to. If you want to like get to know someone and like be consistent with one person, do it. Like I know it's easier said than done. I'm not in that phase, but like I just think you need to like act on how you feel. If you feel like seeing him, just be like, hey, want to hang out? He says no. Like
I know. Yeah,
I know.
It's so much easier said than done. I know,
that
but
actually like he hates me.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, if you said no, then you're not down. It's hard.
What's your toxic trait?
I don't have any toxic traits.
That's a toxic trait.
Okay. If I don't think of one fast, I know Fran's just gonna say one for me.
I'm thinking of one already for you.
What is it?
I don't know. I feel like when they're like not you're toxic. Oh, I'm talking about the other. Okay, never mind. Ignore me.
What is it?
No. I was reading the question wrong.
I think mine would be like.
I think Sam always thinks she's right. That's a toxic trait.
Not in my relationship. Definitely not. I admit, like.
I mean, I'm not in your relationship, so like I don't know. Obviously,
I genuinely don't like. No, I have a lot of toxic traits. I just can't think of it right now.
Like, are you jealous easily? Or?
No,
what do you guys think about jealousy? Like, do you like jealousy?
No,
kind of.
I do too.
I think because like I've dealt with that before. Like it's just like
I don't like jealousy. I don't want you to punch someone else for me. But like I was telling Sam this. Let's just say, go back into the flirt thing. If my friend is intentionally obviously they wouldn't be my friend, but let's just say, you know what I mean? A girl or someone you know or your friend is intentionally flirting with the guy you're talking to, like your boyfriend. I would want that guy to be like, yo, I'm uncomfortable. Like,
no, but that's not jealousy. I think she means like when the guy's jealous if a guy's talking to you,
so
right?
you're saying if the guy's talking to me, how like, I don't know, because I want, like, obviously I would take it on myself to be like, yo, like, leave, but like I do kind of want him to kind of show that he's not jealous but cares. I feel like.
I think. It's
what do you think?
It's like I think it's attractive. I think to a certain extent. Obviously, I don't want him to be like overbearing or like overpossessive.
Like fighting or
yeah, like that's like excessive. But I think like just to show, I don't know. It's like I guess you feel wanted when they have that kind of like, oh, like what's he saying to you or something that shows.
Yes,
like,
that he cares. Yeah.
Because then if I would be nervous to say that to someone because I feel like they'd be like relax. But then like, well, I mean,
it goes both ways though. Yeah.
It does go both ways.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we're going over time.
On a tangent, but that was very interesting.
Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure plug your Instagram and like whatever you want to plug.
Okay, so the Instagram of Mad Batter is at Mad Batter Cuppies. Cuppies is spelled Cuppyi.
Stop doing this.
So we'll have the 3 flavors in store starting this weekend, probably by Sunday, and they'll be downtown every single weekend. And meanwhile, we have all the items made to order on our Instagram. So follow us, and we have new products every once in a while, and we can do custom cakes and basically whatever you want.
Guys, I'm telling you, she can actually do custom designs. Like
I'm gonna put a picture of what the engagement cake looked like. Do you have a picture of the cupcakes?
Me?
Of the Mexican cupcakes?
No, but I have the picture of I think of the 90s cupcakes. I love those ones because I like went on Pinterest and showed you, and you actually like.
We'll put some pictures of what she's done for us, and make sure that you stay tuned to the giveaway post so that you guys can like potentially try it out for yourselves.
So thanks guys.
Bye.